Hello, I'm Eleftheria PALLA and PhD candidate, and I would like to introduce you our article with the collaboration of Mr. Konstantinos SPINTHIROPOULOS, Mr. Panagiotis SERDARIS, and Mrs. Kremena NIKOVSKA. Our article is entitled Study of the Attitude of Potential Bulgarian Tourists Towards Wine Tourism in Greece and the Importance of Wine Marketing. This paper seeks to examine the Bulgarians' attitude towards wine tourism in Greece and their willingness to practice it. Wine production in Greece is regarded a good condition for the development of wine tourism, as tourism is one of the most important sectors in Greek economy. In terms of marketing, there is a significant number of wine sellers practicing wine tourism with the concern of the Greek producers for the quality labels of the wines, aiming at increasing the visitors' interest. Consequently, wine tourism can enhance the annual percentage of tourists who travel to Greece. There is insufficient information about wine tourism in Greece, regardless of the prerequisites for its development. First, significant tourist flow, and second, well-developed wine-making industry. Tourism is one of the most important sectors of Greek economy. Greece ranks 15th in the world in the number of international visitors. More and more studies these days are focused on wine tourism. With a view to achieving the above aim, a survey was conducted among potential wine tourism consumers in a specific tourist region in Bulgaria, the Burgas region. The reason for surveying consumers based in this territory lay in the rich tourist resource they possessed for traditional tourism, seaside holiday, and their presumed willingness to explore alternative forms of tourism. This research was based on a questionnaire structured by us and containing questions eliciting information about the respondents' status and above their opinions, attitude, ideas, motivation, travel behavior, etc. related to wine tourism in Greece. The survey was conducted between 1st to 21st of May in 2009 in different districts of Burgas using the direct interview method with population of 200 respondents. In terms of the educational status of the interviews, over half had university education. Out of all respondents, 87% were familiar with wine tourism and the specific nature of the tourism services and travels offered in relation to it. Out of the interviews who provided an answer, 61% were interested in local traditions and customs and were willing to travel for wine tourism purposes in order to get acquainted with those traditions and customs. The analysis of the money that the respondents will be willing to spend within a wine tourism trip showed that the highest percentage, 73% of the interviews, could not determine how much money they would need for a wine tourism trip or the amount of the expenses they would incur during that trip. The questionnaire showed an exceptionally high percentage of the respondents who had knowledge of wine tourism as a kind of tourism. These results were in conformity with the results of the question related to the interview's educational level. According to the results, the higher level of education the interviews had accomplished, the more profound their general knowledge was. Participation in wine celebrations and festivals accounted for a low percentage since prospective consumers had fairly little knowledge of the different wine celebrations and festivals held. What is needed in the aspect in advertising and promotion of these celebrations so that they could become familiar to people who travel and go on wine tours. Wineries, in the context of marketing, should adopt strategies in order to increase the visitors' interest. With a view to promoting new destinations, such as Greece, a large-scale and permanent advertising campaign needs to be launched, supported by investments and constant involvement, both by the businesses and by different branch and non-government professional organizations. Guidebooks, magazines, tourist advertisements and brochures, recommendations from friends and internet sites can be used as source of information. In addition, Greek wineries need to profile wine tourists in order to have their motivations identified so as to follow a better strategy in tourist marketing. Moreover, tourism marketing as a kind of internal marketing conducted by the owners of the wineries can lead to the growth of the annual percentage of tourists who visit Greece every year. The Republic of Greece has an exceptionally rich natural and anthropogenic potential for wine tourism. The fact that the country successfully develops sea, recreational and cultural information tourism is a prerequisite for combining wine tourism with another kind of tourism. Moreover, advances in wineries and wine productions are creating one of the most exciting eras for marketing. Potential Bulgarian tourists are willing to visit Greece for wine tourism and to combine a tourist travel with wine tourism elements. Thank you for your attention.